Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elite Weather. I am your student meteorologist, Mr. G, a student at Mississippi State University, and we're going to be talking about your weather forecast as we have another storm that's going to be moving across the country from the Rockies all the way into parts of the Northeast and the Great Lakes as we get toward the end of the week. So let's take a look at our first map as we talk about the temperatures that we're seeing across the country right now. And we are looking at those temperatures starting to warm up out across the plains and the southern plains as our storm system begins to build up across the northern Rockies before moving out into Colorado and into parts of Nebraska and Kansas. So we're going to see that area of low pressure eject out into the plains as we head into Wednesday. But in the meantime, we're going to be seeing those temperatures warm up across the central and southern plains. A nice day is in store across the southeastern United States and down into Florida, where we're seeing those temperatures in the 60s and 70s right now. It's a little bit chilly in the Northeast as a result of the last storm that passed yesterday during the Boston Marathon. So we're seeing those temperatures in the Northeast in the 40s as well as into the Great Lakes, where we have some low to mid 30s in place as well. Some places are still below freezing, and we're seeing those temperatures in the 40s across Minnesota as well as the Dakotas, and we're seeing those 40s across Montana, Wyoming, and toward the Pacific Northwest, where we're seeing some rain showers in those areas. Warm weather is taking place across the southwestern deserts, so Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Southern California in the deserts. But if you're along the coast in LA, San Diego, those temperatures are in the 50s still at this time. Here is a look at our surface map and overlaid radar. We have some snow and rain in the northeast and southern Canada. We're looking at some more snow and rain through parts of the Pacific Northwest along the coast, but in the mountains we're looking at snow through the Cascades and in the central and northern Rockies. So we are looking at snow showers as our area of low pressure begins to eject out into the Midwest and the plains. Dry weather down across the southwest. We do have some showers and thunderstorms developing down in Texas and Louisiana, and we have another area of showers across southern Missouri right now, where we have another stationary front in play there. And here is a look at today's forecast, the national outlook. I'm going to step off camera so that you can take a look at that whole view right there as we see that warmth there across the central and southern plains. We're seeing it warm up across the southeast. Look at all those 70s and 80s. But it's going to remain a bit chilly in the northeast and across the northern plains. And we're going to be seeing it chilly across the Rockies and the Pacific Northwest, where we have rain and some snow showers still occurring over there. A nice warm day across the southwest as it starts to warm up over in that region, where we're seeing those temperatures in the 80s down in Arizona, but still in the 60s in Southern California. And for your day on Wednesday, we will be seeing that heat continue to build across the east. We're going to be seeing 80s all the way up into parts of the Ohio Valley and the mid-Atlantic states as well. Look at those 70s near Washington as well as in the Norfolk, 80 for you folks in Charlotte. Going to see those 80s across the southeast. So Atlanta, Jacksonville, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and Tampa will be in the 80s. 80s all the way across over into southern Texas. So San Antonio, Houston, New Orleans will see those 80s under partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Maybe some thunderstorms that develop late in the day on Wednesday, but we will be seeing those thunderstorms and high winds start to move across the central and northern plains. So Oklahoma City, Kansas City, St. Louis, as well as through Omaha, we're going to be seeing that potential there for some clouds and thunderstorms, but those temperatures will still remain in the upper 70s to lower 80s, and in the Pacific Northwest and across the Rockies, we are still looking at cold weather over there with those temperatures in the 30s and 40s in the mountains, but we're going to be seeing 50s in the valleys where Seattle and Portland is, and along the coast, a little bit warmer there. Warming up, trying to at least in Southern California, where we're at least going to hit 69 in LA tomorrow. But look at those temperatures in the 80s across the desert Southwest. 77 for you folks in Las Vegas, and 82 down in Phoenix. So here is a look at our big storm that's going to be moving out across the plains. So we have that area of low pressure that is again going to set up in the same spot where the last three storms that provided all of those severe weather outbreaks have set themselves up. The exact same spot there near Minnesota and Iowa, we're going to be seeing that low pressure establish itself. We have our trailing cold front that's going to be coming down across the western plains there, and we have a strong jet stream coming in from the south. So we have our trough out west, we have ridging in the east, we have our warm front that's lifting north through toward the Great Lakes and through parts of the mid-Atlantic on your Wednesday. So we're going to be seeing that warm air coming up off of the Gulf of Mexico with that moisture and warm. So we're going to be temperatures in the 80s for this entire region across the eastern half of the United States. Rising dew points across the central plains and along the Mississippi River Valley as well. We're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms develop, some of that severe weather. We do have cold air to the north there, so it will remain colder this week across the northern plains. Last week we saw temperatures even reach the 80s across the Dakotas. We won't have that this week. It's going to remain very cold across the north. We're going to see those temperatures in the 30s and 40s through the upper Mississippi Valley and the northern plains, and we're going to see it remain a bit on the chilly side across the northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. So we'll have cold air feeding into this storm. We don't have quite the dynamics in play with this system for tornadoes, but a tornado is always possible. But that's not the concern this week. This week we're worried about large hail and damaging winds. So our severe threat for tomorrow will probably primarily occur across the central plains and into parts of the upper Midwest. So we're going to be seeing those thunderstorms potentially through southern Wisconsin, far southern Minnesota, northwestern Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and central Texas. We're going to be seeing that potential there for severe thunderstorms. And we're going to be seeing those severe thunderstorms move a little bit further to the east and south. So we're going to see the opportunity for a severe storm through parts of Illinois and Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi. The likelihood for thunderstorms will exist in Arkansas, East Texas, and northwestern Louisiana. So we will have that severe thunderstorm potential this week and on Thursday into Thursday night. Primary threat is large hail and damaging winds. Again, on Friday, that hail and winds threat drops down to the south through East Texas, Louisiana, and parts of Mississippi. So we're going to be looking at that area of low pressure setup with our triple point up there near Minnesota and Iowa. So Des Moines, Omaha, you guys are going to be under the gun for some severe thunderstorms tomorrow down through Kansas City, Salina, Kansas, Wichita, Kansas, down to Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio as well. You're going to be dealing with severe thunderstorms, and they can be kind of rough and pack quite the punch on Wednesday and Wednesday night. And we're going to be looking at for large hail, possibly greater than 2 inches in diameter, and wind damage are the primary threats on Wednesday and Wednesday night. And then we're going to be seeing that again, a closer look at some of the impacted areas: Des Moines, Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska, Kansas City, Salina, Kansas, Wichita, Kansas, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, as well as going to be dealing with that potential for that large hail and damaging winds. And then we're going to be seeing plenty of moisture and warm air coming up off of the Gulf of Mexico, and cold air on the backside of our low coming in out of the northern plains and the Rockies. So that's going to set the stage for that severe weather across the Midwest and the South. So we're going to see that line of thunderstorms set up across the Midwest and down through the South. On Thursday evening, we're going to be seeing a nice solid line of severe thunderstorms and that storms will develop on Thursday. We're going to be looking at more isolated, scattered storms on Wednesday, but Thursday, our line will develop into more of a linear pattern that further decreases the opportunities for tornadoes. But large hail and damaging wind is definitely going to be a problem with these storms, because these storms will produce lots of outflow boundaries. So we can see some outflow from these advancing thunderstorms, so hence the damaging wind threat. Again, Thursday's severe threat will also primarily be damaging wind, gusts, and large hail. And that is going to be for parts of Missouri. So we're talking south of St. Louis, Memphis, Little Rock, Texarkana, Shreveport, Dallas-Fort Worth, Waco, Texas, San Antonio, Alexandria, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi as well is going to be dealing with that potential for damaging winds and large hail from severe thunderstorms. Severe storms will also affect southern Louisiana, south central Texas, southwestern Mississippi. On Friday, we could be seeing severe storms, and that's going to bring an end to the severe threat for the work week, and then we'll talk about the weekend in future videos later this week. But we're going to be seeing that severe threat again, large hail, damaging winds, some heavy rain is be the primary concerns. So that is a look at your weather forecast for this week as we get through the latest rounds of severe weather. My name is Mr. G. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.